everybody. Kanisha, the anime lover here. And I'm here today. Well, it's just going to be a little bit of story time. Now, see this. Y'all might not know this unless you're longtime fans of this channel. But me, like many other people who are probably around my age and probably younger, love SpongeBob. SpongeBob was the first funny cartoon that I watched. And that is the milestone of when I realized that let me just paint you a picture of the shows that I have, that the TV shows that I have watched. But first, before I do that, let me just mention the cartoons. Let me show you the cartoon list. Okay, so let me just tell you something about me. Back when I was in elementary, the number one thing that would get me into a show, as long as the characters were funny. If the characters were funny, like, you know, the typical dumb character who's just used there to make people laugh, that was the number one character I would always like. As long as there was a character or two that they were just acting dumb for the reason of just making people laugh, then I would immediately just go to that. Like, seriously. Like, let me just show you. I'm going to name a few shows that I watched that had those type of characters. SpongeBob, Teen Titans, Avatar The Last Airbender. Okay, I don't think that counts because I didn't really watch it during my childhood, and when I did, it was only like a few episodes. Let me skip that. Okay. Wait, Danny Phantom. That does count more. Kim Possible. I think you understand that. Let's see. Cat Dog. Yeah. Angry Beavers. American Dragon. I think you get the point. Yeah. Yeah. And I also was into really classic shows that y'all probably heard, like Chowder, Misadventures of Flapjack, Dexter's Laboratory, Powerpuff Girls. I was into all the classics. Like you name a classic show, I probably watched it. There was three channels that I would watch. But there were some, but the ones that mainly had cartoons were more. It was about like five channels: Cubo, PBS Kids, Cartoon Network, and Nickelodeon. Now I bet you're like, what? You didn't watch any cartoons on Disney Channel? Let me be more specific. It wasn't really Disney Channel, more of Disney XD. Because I remember watching way more cartoons on Disney XD than I remember on Disney Channel. On Disney Channel, I was just watching the sitcoms. I wasn't really watching the cartoons. I was really watching more of the sitcoms. When Disney XD came, I was watching more cartoons from there. That's what I really was doing. So if you ask me if I have, I haven't. Now let me just paint you a picture also of other shows that I would watch. When it came to sitcom shows, the kind of shows that I would watch would have to be something. It would have to be centered around teenagers, and it would most likely be either there's a laugh track or people just make jokes every episode. It would mostly be something like that. Like I said, comedy was my thing. But I also like shows that had a bit of mystery. Henceforth, House of Anubis. I followed that show every time. I watched it all the way to the finale. And I was really hoping they were going to make like a next generation of House of Anubis. It seemed like they were setting that up. I think y'all all know what happened. It got canceled. And I was like, oh man, I totally wanted to see the next generation be a part of the House of Anubis. It didn't happen. So now we only ever have the actual generation. Although you could say they kind of did that next generation with like season 3 or so, but I still don't feel like that counts because really, next generation counts if you really like replace the whole entire cast. If you ever replace the whole entire cast, you can't call that next generation. You really can't call it that. Speaking of next generation, this is going to present time. Now I'm into TV shows where they have a good range of diversity. And y'all may have heard of this show. I believe it's on HBO Max and it's also on Tubi. It's called Degrassi Next Generation. Now, I bet many of you people who are big time fans of it are probably rolling down and being like, "You're watching Degrassi?" And y'all probably gonna warn me that there probably is stuff in the show that's gonna make me hate it. I'm already knee deep in it. You don't have to warn me. I'm on season 9. Season freaking 9. I'm almost done with the show. I already know the bad. I already know what this show is hitting me up with. You don't have to tell me. It's too late to warn me. I'm already knee deep in it. The only reason I really even got into this was because I already watched Degrassi Next Class. And I was like, when I was when I was close to teenage age, I remember people talking about Degrassi Next Generation a lot. What's so great about this show? And then I was like, well, I like Degrassi Next Class. Maybe I like Degrassi Next Generation. So I started watching it and I was like, these characters aren't that bad. Except I'm really getting tired of this character. She's acting like the main character, and I swear she is so self-absorbed. I'm getting tired of her. And I think y'all already know which character I was thinking of. Dude, I'm watching this show so far. I will give you how I feel about this show after I finish this whole entire show. Because let me tell you so far that this show has been driving me off the rails. Let me tell you how I feel about this show so far. Okay, so far, this show, at first, I was like, okay, this is a normal teenage show. It's got some deep, heavy stuff in it, but hey, what TV show doesn't? And then there were so many times in this show where I was like, dude, are you serious? You just said you weren't going to fall for that. How did you fall for that? How did I fall for that? Dude, I should have saw that coming. Are you freaking kidding me? I just said don't get with that guy. You just got to hook up with him. Are you freaking kidding me? Why would you do that? Dude, don't scare me like that again. There have been so many times where a character has nearly died. Or they killed off that character. Or they bullied that character. And I was like, dude, what are you doing? You just said you were better than that. You are a freaking lie and a half. How are you going to say you're better than that and just going to bully that person to that? And let me tell you that the thing that really cheaps my grave is that they killed off my favorite character, JT. I still will never forget it. They just killed off my character, JT. He could have went to college. And they just killed him off. They just killed him off. You telling me, listen, Ricky, I understand. I understand that guy. That guy, I understand why you would kind of kill him off because he was becoming too much of a danger in the story. And there's no way he was going to redeem himself. So I get that. It was too late. He brought the gun in and everything. It was too late. They went in a really deep, compelling story. How you going to kill my boy JT like that? I get it. He kind of committed suicide, but that doesn't mean you had to kill him off. He was trying to change. He was trying to move on. Him and Liberty could have eventually gotten back together like freaking high school sweethearts always do. That was so unfair. How are you going to kill my boy JT like that? That was messed up, man. Messed up. I'm still upset by that. And you know what I'm also upset about? I just started watching season 9 not that long. Liberty is completely cut off from the theme song. You're just gonna cut Liberty out like that? Come on, man. What is wrong with people? Anyway, yeah, that's the thing I'm really most outrageous about. JT was my favorite character. You're just gonna cut him out like that. You know what I'm also upset about? They totally cut out Toby too. Let me get this straight. So you're gonna have me follow both Emma and Manny, but you're gonna cut out Liberty. You freaking killed off JT. And you don't even show Toby. He just made a random appearance when the new generation was playing when the new generation was playing this game. He just made a random appearance, being like, "It's so great that school is my school is working this game or whatever," and I'm like, "Dude, where have you been? Like, what are you doing now? Are you did you get a new job? Did you get a job? But are you in college? Like, what's going on?" They literally don't even show him. They literally don't even say what the heck he did. He just up and disappears. How the heck am I supposed to know what he did? What, was Toby that less of a character? You know what is really outrageous is he could have became a really interesting character, but they kept brushing him off. They showed more JT than they'd ever showed Toby, and I'm pretty sure they introduced Toby first. So what the heck? What the heck? That was so messed up. You can't just put somebody like that in the main opening and not even show them. That was so messed up. You know what's also messed up? This is another thing I hated about Degrassi. It's the fact that they just got rid of Marco like that. Let me get this straight. So, what I'm getting at is Marco no longer has Dylan as a boyfriend, and he doesn't know what to do without Dylan. And you try and give him a new boyfriend, but that doesn't work. And then because he's so distraught, he starts gambling. I knew he was going to start gambling. I knew it was only a matter of time, because when I first saw him introduced to gambling, I was like, oh no, there's going to be a plot line where he gets into gambling. But I was a little too early with that. That's my fault. Sometimes I overpredict myself. I never know when it will happen and when it won't happen. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I overestimate myself. I really got to slow down. But that was still messed up. That was still messed up. They just got rid of Marco like that. No, they got rid of, I'm not even just angry that they got rid of Marco. Get this. So, let me get this straight. So, you gonna freaking keep Spinner, right? And yeah, you got rid of Paige. You got rid of Marco. You got rid of Paige. You got rid of Marco. You got freaking rid of Ellie. You got rid of the freaking main three of the other generation that I was really enjoying. And you just got rid of them because they got kicked out of that house. And then I guess they were like, well, we have to follow on the new generation. You were already doing that. You literally were already doing that. Having them wasn't that bad. And at first I was thinking, well, maybe the actors were working on something. But then I was thinking again, like a few episodes later, they just randomly showed this one character that hasn't showed up in a bunch of episodes. And then I'm like, oh, and here's another thing. Tell me this. I forgot his name. See, I even forgot his name. Oh, brother. He hasn't showed up so much. Emma's dad. And that's what I'm going to call him for now until I start to remember his name. See, he became such an insignificant part of the story, I don't even remember his name. Tell me why he's in the opening and they barely show him. He makes like one camera appearance per episode. He makes one camera appearance. He's not even part of the main story. Heck, the bullies who barely make an appearance as well in the story make more appearances than him. He's supposed to be the acting principal, right? The other principal that came before him made more appearances than him. Tell me why the heck that is. How you gonna put him in the main opening and he ain't doing a dang thing to the story? He ain't doing a dang thing. All he is a supporting character. He's not even making an impact. He's not even teaching what he used to teach the kids all the time about like what's right, what's wrong, all that stuff. He has barely been doing that. He did that one time, and that's what got him to be a principal in the first place. And then that was it. They were just like, oh yeah, we're just going to make him a principal in the background. He's just going to be randomly showing up as a teacher too. But he's not really going to do anything. We just want him in because, some fans like him. We're just going to keep him in just because we have to have a teacher character. And he's the only good teacher character. Dude, just cut him out. You just cut him out. He's not a character. Let's stop pretending now. He was a character when Emma was in school, but he ain't no character anymore. Now you could be like, well, doesn't that new generation have another kid that's living with them? You could say that, but I swear, unless you pay deep attention, you literally never even be caring. Because I swear, unless they be showing me the house, sometimes I even be forgetting that he even lives with him. I be forgetting he even lives with him. I legit be forgetting that. They'll literally just randomly bring up the house and then I'll be like, oh yeah, that's right, he lives with him. I literally be forgetting that he even lives in that house. I literally be forgetting he lives in that house. I swear. They don't even be showing Emma's mom anymore. They used to show both Emma's dad and mom. Now they just show his dad. Now they just show her dad. And really, they don't, even if they did show the mom, she wouldn't be able to do anything either. The real problem is they're trying to keep the characters in because they're the fan favorite characters. You can't keep doing that. You have to do something with the characters. If you just get rid of them altogether, then that's just boring. You can't just add them in. There's nothing to do with the characters if you just add them in for any random reason. I'm done talking about Degrassi. I'll leave this off for later. But I'm still upset. Because that was the biggest mistake they ever made, was getting rid of JT. That boy was the best character. I don't care what y'all say. Yes, he had his up and downs. Everybody in Degrassi had their up and down. Marco, Paige, Spinner, Jimmy, Ashley, all of them. All of them have had their freaking ups and downs. All of them. All of them. All of them. Now, one person in this show, do you know who I hated the most? Is Craig. I still hate him. Craig, I don't care if you got your life together. You have done too much to this freaking school and this family and everything. I'm done with you. If they ever show you again, I'm sorry, dude. I still don't like you. Here's another character I don't like, and she's a new character in this thing. Holly J. I still hate this girl. Listen, just because you lost some money in your family doesn't mean I like you all of a sudden. It took me a while to even admit to liking certain people of the old generation. It took me a while to like Ashley. At first I was like, she's kind of really annoying and acting like a prissy princess. Annoying. Dude, this girl was getting on nerves. I was like, girl, if you don't get off your freaking high horse, nobody is impressed with you. And like, I loved it when her best friends. I am so upset that they got rid of Tara. How the freak you gonna get rid of her? She was such a good character. You just got rid of her. And you know what's the worst part? You know how sometimes they would just freaking get rid of a character for a few episodes and then they bring them back randomly with all of them? Tell me why the heck. Oh, here's another character. I just noticed another character that barely has made any appearances ever since she graduated. Where the heck is Hazel? Where the heck is Hazel? Hazel is gone. At first she started to kind of become her own person when she was with Jimmy. Now she's gone completely. Tell me why Jimmy made an appearance but Hazel is gone. Where the heck is Hazel? I have not seen a single appearance from her. Where'd she go? Where'd she go? She's just gone. Forever gone. I don't even know where she went. They don't even mention what she was going to do after high school. She's just gone. She's just completely gone. We don't know what happened to her. She's adios. She just went away. Tell me why they keep bringing Paige back, but the only reason they brought her back was to bring back the other two fan favorites, Marco and Ellie. What about Hazel? Hazel was Paige's best friend, and now all of a sudden she's gone forever. Where did she go? We will never hear from her again, I swear. She's just forever gone. We don't even know if she's ever going to be a character anymore. She's just gone. so upset. Like, they got rid of JT. They just freaking forgot about Tara. And Hazel does not. I promise you, I get it that she was such a minor character, but at least they tried to do something with her when they put her with Jimmy. And then all of a sudden, she doesn't exist. She doesn't exist. She never existed. You thought she existed. No, poof. Gone forever. For all we know, she got in a car crash or something. Tell me why in so many of these shows, tell me why in these, so many times in these episodes, these characters, they've either gotten so high that they've nearly gotten into an accident. So drunk that they've made out with somebody. So wasted that they embarrass themselves. I get it, they're teenagers, but why are all of them going through that? Tell me why some of these characters look like they would never drink a day in their life, and then all of a sudden they're like, well, I want to be cool like everybody else. You know what? I'm going to this party and I'm going to get as drunk as I want. And then all of a sudden you're like, what the freak was that? Like, what happened with Liberty? I was like, Liberty, you just said JT couldn't do all that junk and then you gonna do all that junk next? What the freak? You are such a hypocrite. It's not even her. Everybody, I swear almost everybody in Degrassi has had a drunk scene. Go look it up. I swear. Look up all these characters. They have literally had a scene where all of them have gotten drunk. No matter which generation it is, every character in a scene has had a scene where they have gotten drunk and then they're like, what the heck happened last night? And then their best friend was like, dude, you got totally wasted. I had to bring you home. And then I'm like, wait, how wasted? And then you see a certain scene and you're like, dude, tell me you didn't do what I think you just did. The one I am the most upset about of the new generation that I really like is Mia. Because Mia, I love you, girl. And props to you for being a teenage mom. Props to you. Props to you for trying to make sure that your child is living the best life she can do. And I support you for putting modeling on a little bit of a low side because you wanted to try and support your child. Because you wanted to live your normal life while also supporting your child. I understand, girl. But dude, it wasn't worth it. If y'all don't remember this, spoilers. But this girl freaking slept with a guy that was already going to give her job so that she could be able to earn enough money. I'm so sorry, guys. This was supposed to be about me talking about my childhood, but this just turned into a freaking ranting video about everything I hate about Degrassi. But it is still so really annoying. I'm surprised the school hasn't shut down by now. Because there have been so many freaking things that have happened at this school. Ooh, I'm gonna need some water. There have been so many freaking things that have happened at this school that I'm just like, why don't this school just shut down already? Why does this school shut down? Tell me why it took Degrassi next class for this school to freaking shut down. What the heck? You telling me it took to a whole new generation for you to freaking finally be like, nah, this school needs to close for a little bit. What the heck? Or maybe I'm misremembering that. I hope I'm not misremembering that. But seriously, you're telling me after all that, that's what makes you finally decide, oh, you know, this is finally the nail in the coffin. What? Degrassi, I will give you props on this. You have mentioned many things that many other shows wouldn't mention. Like children, no, you mentioned things that most people have mentioned before, like school shooting, like teenagers getting pregnant. Tell me why that has happened so many times in this show, where it just shows the teenager getting pregnant and having a baby and everything. Like, I swear, do none of y'all know what protection is? And y'all be like, and y'all keep acting like, oh no, I know what protection is. Liar, y'all do not know what protection is. Y'all keep acting like it. But I swear, so many in these, I swear, I wouldn't even be surprised if almost every character that I know and love just has a baby. Like, seriously, how many times am I going to keep seeing teenage pregnancy in this ding dang show? It's happened so many times that I can't even be surprised when they're like, oh, surprise, guess what? This character is pregnant. I'm not even surprised anymore. Also, in this show, tell me why cheating is so much of a thing. I swear in this show so many times the girls keep acting like, oh no, we didn't know that guy was still with that girl. That is bull. That is straight bull. You knew that guy was still with that girl. Why would you get with that guy? And sometimes it be that same freaking guy. I'm talking about Craig. Like, seriously, how did all of y'all keep falling for his tricks? All of y'all. Listen, the first two times I understood, but then it just keeps happening and happening and happening. And I'm like, dude, what is wrong with y'all? Don't y'all know by now that that guy is a liar? A liar. I was officially done with him when this guy just started on that. Once he started doing all that, no, I was like, dude, no, no, I'm done with you. No, no, I've had enough. I've had enough, Craig. At first, I wanted to give you like a second or a third chance, but no, I'm done with you now. No, you are officially dead to me. If you ever show up in this show again, I don't care what you do. You drown, drown. You die, die. I don't care anymore. I do not care. I have become so neutral to the characters in this story that if anything happens to any of the characters, I'll just be like, eh, they got what they deserve. I do not care anymore. In this show, I don't care. Somebody cheats on somebody, I do not care. Somebody robs somebody, I do not care. The only person that I even remotely care about is Marco. Now I bet you're like, wait, but what about the other people? You didn't say you completely hated Paige. Okay, that is true, but also I'm almost done with her too. Cause when she just slapped Marco, I was like, girl, one, you had no right to do that because he was just speaking the ding dang truth while you trying to live your pop star life. You had no right to do that. So, and let me tell you, I was about to be really frustrated when Ellie left home to go see her father, and it almost looked like Marco didn't go with her. I was like, where the heck is Marco? I don't care about freaking Craig. Forget Craig. Where the heck is Marco? Marco was telling her over and over, go see your dad, go see your dad, go see your dad before it is too late. And I kept supporting her. I was like, girl, I know firsthand that it is not a good idea to hide in shame and denial. You haven't seen your father in a long time and he's sick now? Go see him before he dies or something. I don't want you to miss that. That was so messed up that at first I was like, she said she wasn't trying to drown herself, but the fact that she even considered the idea of going in that water after she was so wasted, I was like, girl, no, you are trying to. You don't want to admit it, but you were kind of trying to drown yourself. Because there's no real reason that you should have walked to near that water. There is no reason. You should have just laid there in the sand being like, that's how you should have been. Acting like a zombie. Just laying there on the ground going grown. Like, seriously, that's how you should have been. Just holding that cane. I knew something bad was going to happen when she took that whole entire thing. I knew it was going to happen because that's the stages of grief. This always happens. It's so unfair, the stuff that happens to Degrassi. Okay, fine, I changed my mind. There isn't just one character that I really care about. I also care about Spinner too. I do love Spinner. But Spinner's relationship, I do not trust this president's ascendant. I don't know what he is. Whoever's son he is, I don't know who this guy is, but I don't trust him. I don't trust him. Because he's getting too buddy buddy with Alex, and I do not trust him. I don't like him. I don't like him. He's getting way too close to a certain character that I like because she made the football team. He's getting way too close to her. I don't like it. I don't like it. And the fact that I think she is doubling Spinner. Girl, don't do that. You're better than that. Why do y'all always consider cheating? Y'all always be like, oh no, I don't want to hurt a character. Then why are you cheating on them? That is a load of bull. If y'all keep saying, oh, I don't want to hurt the character, stop cheating on them then. Why are you cheating on that character? If you don't want to hurt that character, just break up with them. I get it. It'll break their heart, but it's better than them figuring out that you're cheating on them. Like, Spinner was already nervous when she came before and was going to break up with him. But then she changed her mind and was like, no, it's nothing. And then he was like, ooh, you really scared me. I thought you were about to break up with me. And he was actually really looking like he was ready. He was like, dude, just give me the news. I know that voice. I know. You want to break up with me. Just do it to me quickly. Because if what you're saying is true, if what I'm thinking is true, just break up quickly. And I was thinking, yes, Spit. My thoughts exactly. Just break it off quickly. She didn't. And now I'm just assuming that she's just going to do that. And I'm not, and just going to continue with the side quest. And I'm like, girl, if he figures out that you're cheating on him, I want him to dump you and be like, you want me to feel sorry for you? That you tried to make me feel better? I told you I was ready for you to break up with me if you were going to do that, and you just lied to me. I hope, for all I can, she gets dumped by both guys. Because I know that guy is a trickster, and he's going to be like, ha, psych, I never really liked you. I just did that because you were with your boyfriend. Ha, I bet he's going to do that. And when I see that, I will be cold hard laughing like a maniacal genius. I will be cracking up so much you won't even believe. You think I'm high or something. Ooh. Do I still have more? Yeah, I do. Holly J, listen, I will like you when you redeem yourself fully, because you haven't fully redeemed yourself. You may think you have redeemed yourself, but the thing you did with that girl was messed up. You telling me. So, get this straight. I don't remember what the girl's name is. I kind of forgot. I'm trying to remember. It's kind of hard because there's so many characters in this show. It's hard to remember everybody's name. Okay, so there's this new girl. I think she's trying to be like the new Manny. I think that's how she's rolled in the character. She's trying to be like the new Manny. So anyway, she's like the new Manny character, right? And she was having a secret relationship with this older guy, and like this older guy didn't want to tell everybody about the relationship because she's in ninth grade, he's in like 12th grade, so you can understand the age difference and everything, and he wasn't ready for that yet. So Holly J just freaking attacks this girl out of nowhere, and then this girl's like, just because you were taken off your high horse doesn't mean you get to mess with everybody else. And then she was like, I don't have to have a reason for messing with everybody else. I can mess with everybody else because I want to. And then I'm like, girl, get a life. Get a freaking life. And then when she tries to stand up for herself, being like, well, at least I have a freaking boyfriend. What do you have? And then she's like, oh yeah, you have a boyfriend? Who? And then she tries to hang him first, but then she admits that it's this older guy. And then she confront. And let me tell you, Holly J, let me tell you that you are being such a B right now. This girl was a grade A B for doing this. Like, this is mad level B stuff. She just walks up to that guy, just begging like, so, I heard from a little birdie that you're dating that girl. And then he obviously denies it. And then that girl, and then Holly J is like, oh yeah, he really seems to be in love with you. And then that girl was like, I can't believe she just did that. No, I'm gonna get her back. And then I'm like, girl, be careful. Because Holly J's friend warned warned this girl that, let me tell you, if you try and get back on Holly J, she will come down at you like so, she will come down on you like lightning. And I was like, yeah, I have seen firsthand that this girl really will come down with you hardcore. She will come down with you hardcore. She really will. She really will come down with you hardcore and be like, and will give you no remorse. And let me tell you that the stuff that happens to this girl was so freaking unfair. Cause I agree with her being like, no, you should take Holly J down a peg because she had no reason to do that. That was none of her ding dang business. Just because she was telling the ding dang truth, she wants to try and take you down. What reason did you have to do that, Holly J? Just because you a B doesn't mean you get to treat everybody else like that. And I was so like, Holly J, that was really bad. That was really messed up. To this, so far, they didn't even say in Degrassi, tell me why in Degrassi they will straight up show these scenes, these messed up scenes, and literally have no redeeming qualities. Tell me why they never even admitted that Holly J's mother was the reason. There was a reason that this new girl got the police called on her for making this hate site. So she made a hate site dissing Holly J. Holly J freaking deserved it. She was being a grade A B to her for no reason other than she was just telling her the freaking truth, and she didn't want to and she didn't want to admit it. She was like, I don't care. I don't need everybody to like me. I don't care anymore. You do care. If you didn't care, you wouldn't have been at home crying your eyes out. And let me tell you, at first I was like, oh, she's crying. But another part of me was like, no, beep her crying. I don't care. She still don't deserve a redemption. I don't care about her. Listen, if you gotta be a grade A B and try and get me to like you, you gotta do some really good stuff. And I mean, you have to be really good. Like Paige and Ashley, you have to be that good. You have to have a character development like those two. Those two were the reason I actually started liking her. You have to have a character development like Spitter. You have to have a character development like Jimmy. Everybody. All of them. You have to have a character development like those four. Unless you have character development like them, I do not care about you. I do not know you. For all I know, you do not exist. You do not exist to me. Wow, I'm getting mad. Woo! I need to let all this out. Woo-hoo! Let me tell you, I do not care about Holly J for all for all I know. She can go to H for all I care. Burn and fire, girl. Burn and fire for all I care. Woo! I seriously don't care what happens to her. Because seriously, that was a grade A B moment. And I know Holly J's mother was the reason that this girl... Let me tell you what happened. So this girl literally was about to be put on house arrest. She was literally about to go to jail. Because she just made a freaking hate site. And Holly J's mother was about to get a lawyer and everything for this. I was like, girl, it's not that serious. It's not like she was gonna freaking kill the girl. And like, I know on the site she did this thing where it did say, well, this girl should just die, but it wasn't that serious. I get it. Cyberbullying is not a good thing, but at the same time, Holly J did still freaking deserve it. So the fact that all that happened to her just because she made a freaking hate site, no, that's just messed up. And she's not in it, and it's not like she was the only one on that freaking site. I don't care if she made the site. There was still everybody at Degrassi on that freaking site. They all were saying, I hate Holly J. I hate Holly J. They all were saying that. So if anything, you should be arresting everybody at Degrassi. Because they were all accomplices. And don't y'all dare say, oh no, they were just giving it a peer pressure. No, they weren't. You know nobody liked Holly J. Don't even lie. Y'all know they don't like her. And the only reason why they like her now is because she freaking saves Spinner. Holly J, you still got a long way to go before you win my heart, so you better start acting like a grade A B and start acting like you have some common sense, girl. Some common sense. And now that I've let that all out, let me also mention another thing that really annoys me in the show. Marco and Dylan. Dude, what the heck? What's their relationship? Let me tell you that straight up, I hate this relationship with a burning fire. You thought I hated Craig with any girl? Dude, Dylan does not deserve any boy. If I ever see Dylan come back in the show again and he's with another boy, I will straight up be cheering. Dump him, dump him, dump him, dump him, dump him, dump him. I know they probably will never show him again. I hope they never show him again. If they do ever show him again, I want him to get cold hard dumped and be crying on the side of the street. On the side of the street. He does not deserve love. How are we going to do that to my boy Marco? So let me get this straight. So he freaking hurt Marco by going with another guy and being like, we should have like a threesome or something. And then Marco's like, no. You were my first relationship and you just gotta do this to me? And then I'm like, dude, thank you. I'm glad you're not taking no gruff for him. Guess what? Few seasons over, they get back together. Not only that, but they're freaking living together. Living under the same roof. What the freak? And then, guess what happens? He goes all the way around the world for our very hockey team, and Marco's acting like a homesick housewife. Homesick housewife. They don't even give him that much to do. All he's doing is, you haven't called me in a while. Please call me. You know, it's our anniversary. Please call me. I'm like, dude, get out there and do something. I'm tired of you still going after Dylan, even though he's all the way around the world. I am so glad that he is not mentioning Dylan for a while. I'm still upset that Marco has barely showed up along with Paige and Ellie and all of them. I'm very upset by that. But I am so freaking glad that they finally got rid of Dylan. Stay around the world. I don't care. Maybe you can run into Craig for all I care. What is Emma's character anymore? Emma used to be this girl who would stand up for what is right. Now she's just mixing in with the crowd. She don't know what she wants to be. She don't know who she wants to be. Let's admit it. Nobody knows. Even the writers don't know what they want to do with her character anymore. For all we know, she's a nobody. She's just a blank slate until we need her. That's what she is. At least Manny knows what she wants to do. She wants to be an actress. And I respect that. And that song she did with the band, dude, that girl got some vocals. That girl got some vocals. Let me tell you straight up that I'm so happy. This girl got some vocals. She got vocals. She has some vocals. I'm still upset that they barely show her Liberty now. Like, I hope they still show her like a few scenes. I don't care. But I hope they do show her like that. But anyway, yeah, I'm upset about that. What else? Let's see. Oh, Craig's parents. Craig's new like adopted dad. Joey. I miss Joey. Whatever happened to Joey? Joey has barely showed up anymore. He was a good character. He actually had some interesting scenes. I liked him with Katie. Seriously, whatever happened to Joey? What happened to Joey? Can we please bring Joey back? Maybe Snake. I'm sorry, I still can't remember his real name, but I'll call him Snake for now. Snake, can you please come back as a main character. You're not really a main character. Can you come back as the real main character? I liked you as a character. I liked when you were going through the stages of everything, and I liked your character development. Please don't go backwards. Please go forwards. Please go forwards. I miss you as a character, Snake. I miss you. What else do I say? You know what? Ashley, can you make a few appearances too? Jimmy reappeared. Why can't you reappear? You know I kind of miss you. I kind of miss you. Could you make a few stories too? I kind of miss you. I miss you too. Hazel, please come back. I miss you, Hazel. You were actually kind of good character. You were a really good character. It's too late for Tara. We've had too many seasons with her gone. I don't think she's ever gonna show up again. I don't know what happened to her. I don't know. Maybe they really got bored of character and they just thought, really, she's only there because people felt sorry for her. But hey, if they ever do bring her back, and I'll be like, whoa, well, look at this blast from the past. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, those are my rants about Degrassi. I don't think I have any more rants to make. Mia, I hope you really do become a better person. Jimmy, I hope you're doing really well. I'm glad that they didn't just randomly try and make you feel like randomly just trying to be like, oh yeah, your legs miraculously healed. I'm glad that this show, they commit to things. Like, when a character is dead, they stay dead. There's no, oh no, miraculous miracle. I'm glad that they stay true to the roots. If the character is dead, they're dead. If the character went through something that makes their legs are renderless. I'm glad. If they got this mental disability, they have this mental disability. And I impressed Degrassi. So I will be back to rant about Degrassi again, but until then, bye. I hope y'all all have a lovely day. These were just my rants so far for season 1 through 9. I probably missed a whole lot of things that I could have mentioned, but this is all I have to rant about for now. So, all of y'all have a pleasant day.